out there, Big Red Barrel community, and welcome to the next episode of The Locals. Mike, I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
We've been looking forward to this one since we even came up with the idea of the show. Really pumped up about this one. We are playing Mortal Kombat. No, I'm just kidding. We're not exactly dressed to play Mortal Kombat right now. If our attire is any indication, and Mike's weapon that he's wielding here, we're going to be playing MLB 12 The Show for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, and I know this is 2 weeks in a row for the second show that we're going to be playing a sports game, and I promise that's not going to be a theme for every episode of this show. It's just kind of the way it worked out.
That's right. I mean, it released this past week, so we had to get in on it while it was hot. Mike, you're writing the review for the PlayStation version for the Big Red Barrel, so we've both put some time in with this game already. In various states of sobriety, I guess, probably?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, today is going to be really the foray into the next step of a lack of sobriety.
Right, and so I think it's great, right? I mean, the MLB The Show series has always been sort of one of these pinnacles of sports gaming, right? I mean, it's sort of the event of sports gaming, and it's really a shame that it's only on the PlayStation, because you would think that this game would be just astounding if it was across all platforms.
Well,
I feel bad for people that don't have one.
Yeah, because it's so much better than the 2K series.
Yeah,
like so much better.
It's almost like last year the NBA games that came out. There was NBA 2K series, which is now sort of this pinnacle of basketball to where no one's touching that. The NBA Elite game just took the year off. They said, we don't even want to release. We're not even coming out with one until 2013. So they have to retool their whole thing, and I think that's what the 2K series has to take on baseball, because MLB The Show is just, and is it the presentation? Is it what makes it so different than the other one?
Well, it's honestly the realism. I don't think I've ever seen any sports game that is as real seeming, as the show has been for the last few years.
And baseball is a hard sport, and this game certainly thoroughly conveys the difficulty of the sport of baseball.
Well, and historically, there hasn't been a whole lot of really good baseball games.
Right.
There's been some really good arcade ones. The old systems had, bases loaded and things like that, and obviously those aren't going to have any kind of realism to them at that time. But there were still, the Triple Play series was out for a while. There was a college baseball game out for a while that was fantastic, that they discontinued, I think, in 2005 or 2006. And then when the show came around, it was just leagues better than anything else out there.
Yeah, they'd been attacking it for a while with the MLB. It was just the MLB series, right. MLB 05, 06, 07. And I think it was in 08 where they added the show to it. And at that point, you were able to create a character, take him through his career, and it was this whole new mode that no one had ever seen before. And then ever since then, they've just been adding layers of complexity onto it to make it incredibly realistic. And being incredibly realistic, that baseball is a really complicated sport, we've come up with some drinking rules that facilitate the complication of baseball, I think.
Absolutely. If you're into baseball stats and how crazy they can get, you're going to really like our drinking rules.
I think so. So here are the drinking rules for MLB 12 The Show.
On the defensive end, if you make an error, take a drink.
If you give up a walk, that's also a drink.
Give up an RBI, that's a drink.
If you give up a hit, you take a drink.
And if you give up a home run, that's a shot plus a drink for any RBIs that might have come from that. So each time it's at least a shot and one drink.
Right. On the offensive side, if you take a double play, you take 2 drinks.
If you take a strikeout, you take a drink.
And then in general, if you're winning after each inning, you take a drink.
Look at Ryan Braun with his stupid mullet.
That's what happens when you take steroids. You grow a mullet. That's the deal with the devil that you made.
From beautiful Safeco Field in Seattle,
told you something about Kenny Powers.
Gets ready to bring you another edition of the National League a season ago. curveball here, but he was waiting for it and sends it
What
in the
the
air to deep left field.
lackadaisical left fielding is that shit? He's just gonna, I'm just gonna stroll on out there and hope it falls in my glove.
It's Mike Carp, dude. He doesn't.
Now here's
He
the
doesn't
batting
even
order.
try.
He doesn't what? What doesn't he do?
He's good enough.
Manager Eric Webb.
Good enough for the Mariners.
Good enough for the Mariners. That's right.
Uh-oh. What's the count, Mike? Oh, what's the count?
Come on, let's go.
Am I gonna be the first one?
And the pitch.
Not on my first batter.
Got him.
Oh! For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. Ah!
That much easier when you do that.
Well, that was most of a beer.
You enjoy that? Woo! Oh, good Lord! 2
I believe
drinks.
that is 2 drinks.
Wow. 2 drinks well earned, my friend. That was nice.
Highlight reel written all over it. Look at the dive to get to this thing, and then he doesn't even bother getting up. Just flip it from his belly and get the double play started.
That is a thing of beauty.
That was nice looking. I thought that was destined for the center field grass.
Match with 28 home runs, 96 driven in. And it
Get
appears
down.
now that this year he's
Get
finally
down.
gonna get his chance.
I just don't know how much more you can do at AAA. He's already done.
It's a shame that's not a drink, because that was a weird looking outfield. There goes Carp, freaking out again.
Jesus Montero will start things
Stay
off.
sharp. You don't want to lose your concentration to the number
Oh,
9.
balls.
Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward
Damn
deep
it,
left field.
fucking Carp
But he'll
was
get it.
stupid,
Ties it down.
moseying around in left field.
He grounded out his first time. Changed
Boom!
this is
Hey,
line
can't get that one, can you,
base
Carp?
hit.
I'll take your
Around
time
first,
throwing it back.
digging
That's
for
fine.
2 now.
Oh, God, get in there.
And he's gonna make it there. Barely, as he's into second.
Oh!
All he could do is reach out in vain for that.
The Bud Light.
Tired.
Yeah, you had it over?
We'll see
Yeah,
Ichiro
all right.
when we
I
get
did.
back on the
This is what it was supposed to be
bottom of the
anyways.
fourth now, still
Yeah, you're
with
right.
no score.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old
And there is
ball
Ichiro loosening up now. He'll look to get something
game.
going
Might
here
take a
in
breath.
this scoreless ball game.
Oh!
Ends on a fastball here and drives
He's gonna
one
get it, I
deep
think.
right field.
Ah!
Deep at the wall, but he can't bring this one back. It's a home run.
I'm going to take a drink just because I haven't yet.
A solo shot here off the bat of Justin Smoke as the Mariners take on it again.
Oh, wait.
He blew out his first time.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Shot and drink.
You right? For a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just let it go, but we've got, people watching. Thanks.
A little late on this
What's that?
one as it's lifted the
That a
other
good
way
idea?
down the left field
Hey,
line.
Carp, just take it easy.
And that's
Just backhand it, that's
fair
fine.
ball.
What a lazy asshole you got in left field. I would have replaced him innings ago. I had one guy make one error, and he was out of there.
He hasn't made any errors.
Now a ball hit to
About to.
second. This
Uh-oh.
could be 2.
Uh-oh.
There's a
Jesus.
drink.
On to Smoke, gets a double play, and that'll end the inning. First offering on the way. Now a little
Oh,
dribbler
this is
here
it.
off to the right side of the
Don't
mound.
screw it up.
I was going to try and
Slide.
catch you.
Inside to get him, and the Mariners get a complete game shutout from their starter.
Whoa, look at that. A complete game shutout. Take it.
Oh,
Right down the
I was
hatch.
going to toast.
Toast what? Mike Carp made it through the game without an error? Is that what we're toasting?
My victory.
That man's a fool. I think that's. I wanted to hit him. I wanted to hit him with a pitch. I intended to. Like
didn't you?
the last time he went up, but you had guys on first and second and 1 out. Last time he came out to the bat.
Oh.
So, Welcome back to the locals, Mike. Your thoughts?
Besides you swinging your big wood around, I think
about the game, Mike.
What game?
The game we just played. MLB 12, the show. That's the game we just finished. What did you think about it?
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that game very much. We had what we thought were fairly complex drinking rules. Although I thought that they were going to come into play a lot more than they ended up.
I agree. I thought that our drinking rules would have been a lot more prolific in a game of baseball. But I guess I underestimated the amount of ground outs, fly outs, just standard baseball plays that happen in baseball that aren't strikeouts or hits or home runs or big,
Yeah, we had a lot of pop-ups.
We did, and we had some ground plays that just didn't result in us drinking.
Well, and I think that it would probably be good to just play and casually drink as you're playing it.
Yeah.
Maybe not making specific rules for drinking at specific times.
Yeah.
But
it's tough, and that's how baseball goes too. You kind of hang out with your friends, you drink, you're at the stadium. That's one of the experiences of the baseball that's pretty unique is that you're at the stadium, you have a drink here or there, and I don't know that you drink for any specific play because there's so much that happens in a baseball game that is just mundane, right?
Well,
very routine.
A lot of people really don't like baseball, and I understand.
Yeah.
People who don't like baseball, but there is a lot that goes on besides runs.
Sure.
There's a lot to look at, but as far as the drinking game goes, we would have had to been more in depth and more complicated with these drinking rules if we wanted to get anywhere close to where we were last episode.
I think our game was a bit of an anomaly of a game. I mean, you don't see very many 1-0 baseball games. I mean, it happens, right? But it is very abnormal. It doesn't usually happen that you have a baseball game that ends 1-0. So that we just didn't drink that much, and I ended up blowing a .09, which is a low water mark for me for drinking, even being on the losing end of the 1-0.
Well, I'm glad I won because now we're 1-1 as far as winning games on the show.
We're 500.
So
for now,
we're hitting 500. Yeah. To put it in baseball terms.
But as your article that you posted on Big Red Barrel explaining how much you suck at video games states, we may not. This may be the pinnacle of your locals career.
No matter what new game is coming out or what thing is hot that I'm playing, I always go back to this show and
the best you could do
was
1-zip.
The best I could do is win, motherfucker.
It was the Seattle Mariners against the Milwaukee Brewers. I felt of all the other teams that I could have selected, the Milwaukee Brewers is probably the most appropriate for this show.
Well, what did they rank you, like 12th or 13th overall?
Yeah, something like that.
Because the Mariners are ranked fucking 27th.
Well, they had a little bit of a juicing problem on the Milwaukee Brewers, and if
it's not a problem.
If the Mariners could get into it, then maybe they could be up at 12th or 13th too. But
they didn't prove anything.
That's true. Our big juicer Ryan Braun didn't turn in a great performance. But hey, who did was a Felix Hernandez with a complete game shutout.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
That's why he's the king.
Listen, it was a fun, and as you have seen, as you have watched. We each had a fun 3-pitch strikeout.
Yep.
You got to see our vocal abilities.
Or lack thereof.
And I think we had a good time with it, but we're going to rate this, Mike, as a drinking game.
Yeah. As a drinking game, I would honestly give it 2 barrels. Yeah.
A deuce.
Yeah.
A deuce out of 5.
I'd drop a big old deuce on this one.
But as you'll see in our reviews this week is that we love these games. I mean, I'm writing the review for the Vita, and Mike's writing the review for the PlayStation 3. We love these games. They're fantastic games. Even within the context of the 1-0 game that we had just played, we were noting how this could happen. This is a realistic baseball score. This is something that can happen, and it ratcheted up the intensity of the game. The fact that it was 1-0 in the 9th inning really made a difference.
Yeah, I mean, 1-0, while might not be the norm in a baseball game, definitely happens. probably at least once a day.
Yeah.
You know, there are 30 teams in baseball, and you got to figure at least one game.
Listen, this kind of low performance happens to everybody. You just got to move past it.
Keep your head high.
Listen, there's things out there. There's pills you can take that will help with this kind of poor performance.
Or in this case, you know, injections.
Injections in the buttocks, as Ryan Braun would attest. But, you know, we'll move past it. We have given this game a 2 out of 5 barrels. If you want to get smashed and play a video game, maybe MLB 12 The Show is not that game.
Of course, if you get smashed and play video games, I'm assuming baseball is not your thing anyway. And like
that's a pretty big assumption, Mike. I don't know about that. I think a lot of people get smashed and have the smashed and baseball Venn diagrams come together for them.
You know, I don't know. MLB is it's an interesting game in that I feel like a lot of people, most people who play video games probably are not really interested in sports in general. But that goes for a lot of things. However, even like the jock, like frat boy, you know, douchebags that play Madden, you know, all the time.
Like Yoshi.
They don't play They don't play MLB. Although I will say that MLB sneaks up on you and is way cooler than Yoshi might imagine.
A highly addictive game it is, and if you find yourself with the opportunity to play it, and you have even a passing interest, a casual interest in baseball, you should definitely give it a shot. One of the things that I'm going to highlight in my review is that it's for every level, every skill level of baseball player. You can reduce the incredibly complex batting controls down to just timing and hit the button. That's all. You can reduce it all the way down to that, and if that's how you want to play the game, then great. But it's a game for every level. But if you play it at the highest level, then you have this incredible level of realism. And I think that our settings were part of the reason why we ended the game 1-0.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were both playing things that were a little unfamiliar to us.
Sure.
But that's good. You know what? That's how you grow as a person.
That's right. So I think that's going to be it for the locals. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you commented on the last episode of the locals, look for your name in the credits of this one. Ooh. That's going to be the next. That's going to be a little thing we're going to be putting on here. So make sure you comment on this one if you want to see your name popping up in the big limelights of the credits of the locals.
I would be honored.
Would you?
I would.
Your face is on it, though. I mean, is that not enough for you?
No, it's not enough.
Are you going to put yourself in the credits?
I might. I'm going to thank myself in the credits. Maybe I will.
That's good. I commented on it too, so you better put me in there too.
All right.
All right, and thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Locals. We'll see you on the next one.
Boom.
Boom. My right hand was occupied. It was otherwise. Do it! Yes!
That was solid. Good one.